Hello Taurus, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And the Five of Cups. All right, you know what? I like the Five of Cups, and I'll tell you why. The Five of Cups represents movement of emotion, right? The Five of Cups is saying that we have to allow ourselves to feel how we feel. And we've got a lot of feeling today. We also have a lot of air energy, right? A lot of thought, a lot of feeling here. So to me, this is kind of a suggestion right away. Let yourself feel how you feel right now, okay? Let yourself feel how you feel. And interesting, we've got the Seven of Pentacles because this is Saturn in Taurus. That's a very important card for Taurus right now. Saturn is a very important energy in your life at the moment. And we'll talk about that and a lot more. But first, mystery card, frog on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, all right? And that card will hopefully tie everything together, give us the confirmation that we need. So let's look at this again. We've got water, water, earth, earth, air, 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 fire, major arcana. The major arcana, a lot of hard work and then a lot of yielding, a lot of acceptance, right? It's kind of, and I don't want any of my readings to be bummers, right? I don't want them to feel like a downer. So this is going to be a challenge, right? I think it's challenging for you right now to accept how you feel about something. I think we've been working on something that hasn't worked out the way we wanted it to. Maybe today, maybe right now, it just feels like you've been doing all of this work and things aren't improving, right? Your business isn't growing. Your relationship isn't improving. Your happiness level isn't improving. Feels like we're having an off day. Yeah. Because we've got this Saturn energy looming around us right now. And Saturn is this type of energy that's very tight. It's very restricting. It's like there's a belt around everything and it's just getting pulled tighter and tighter and tighter. So you're doing all of this work, but it's almost as if things are getting smaller, right? And I think what's happening is it's like all of your efforts are compressing this situation, whether it's a relationship, a business, your own creative enterprises, your projects, whatever it is. We're putting so much effort into it that we've compressed it. All of that energy we're like smashing it together. It's becoming so dense. It has such a high mass in such a small volume that at some point it's going to blow up, right? But we don't feel that now. Right now we just feel things getting tighter and tighter and tighter. It seems like, your customers are becoming fewer, or your creative output is lessening, or the relationship, maybe this could be a romantic thing, maybe, that your relationship is just getting more and more compressed, right? Just more and more like sensitive, right? And I think this is weighing on you. Five of Cups. It's not feeling right. We're kind of having an off day. Maybe it's been a week, or feel like we've been putting in extra effort, therefore we should be seeing extra results, right? But you're seeing less results, right? You're seeing less results, but that's okay. The idea here, don't worry about it. Worrying is going to do nothing but 9 of Swords. And if you're a follower of the channel, when we get the 9 of Swords, it could get bad, right? This is the worry and stress really becoming harmful to ourselves, to our spirit, to us physically, mentally, emotionally, right? We got to avoid this. We've got to circumvent this. Let's not get so far into the worry of this that we start really spinning our wheels, pacing around the house, doing things that are harmful, right? Just even mental things that are harmful, right? Negative dialogue, negative self-talk. So we want to avoid this. And I think the main way of doing that is to let these emotions flow. Right? We said at the beginning, the 5 of Cups. I like the 5 of Cups. I like it because otherwise our emotions are just frozen in time. 4 of Cups, even a 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is good. But even that can freeze up and solidify and just become stagnant, swampy water. We don't want that. We don't want swampy water. We want the fresh flow of love, like we see with the 2 of Cups. This is what we're aspiring to. We want everything to be love and joy. We want things to be perfect all the time. Right? I think this is kind of a Taurus vibe, right? We want everything how we want it. And we don't like things that are counter to our expectations, right? When something isn't how we wanted it, throws us off. The cat's up there playing with something. My cat wants things how she wants them. So she's probably putting that toy back where she had it. I must have moved it. Put it back somewhere where I thought it belonged, but doesn't belong there. And I think that's kind of how you feel right now. It's just like we have this expectation. We want everything to be perfect. But right now, it's not. Right now, things aren't where we thought they would be. It could be that you had this business plan. You said, okay, after this amount of time, I should be at this level. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. And it's making us feel some kind of way. And that's part of the message here, is we have to allow ourselves to feel that kind of way. Now, this is a 7 of Pentacles, right? This is not an even number. It's not a solid, permanent state. The odd numbered cards, we have a 9, we have a 7, even this 5, and even this 9 too. It's not a permanent state. These are functions. It's not a crystallized, solid form. We're not stuck in this 7, right? The 7 is a moving process. It's the process of everything consolidating, building force, like a singularity. And eventually, it's going to have to expand in this kind of, Big Bang kind of thing. I'm just kind of thinking cosmically here. It's not a permanent state. The Saturn process is necessary. Maybe it's you, literally tightening your belt, like, with your spending or whatever. Getting the discipline, putting all this work into this to get ready for that big blow up. That's going to project you way beyond your estimations. But right now, it's that intermediate period where we have to use that Saturn energy before we can get to that Jupiter energy. Yeah. So this is not a permanent place. This is a process. This is a necessary part of the work. And just like the 5 of Cups is a necessary function of the work as well, a function of your emotions. We have to feel, we have to let the feeling happen and let it wash away again. We don't want to hold on to it. We don't want to create this into a permanent state. Even the Two of Cups, we think this is the permanent state. This is the form of perfection. This is our picture of perfection. We don't want this to be a permanent. We want this to be able to change too. So we're always looking to add some motion into these even-numbered cards. So maybe from that 2 we get the 5. We realize that, hey, the vision that I have of perfection, this wonderful picture that I held up, can change. It's okay. It can flow. It's a dynamic process. It's not a stagnant thing. If my life doesn't look exactly like the picture, that's okay. The picture has to change. Now we still have our ideals of what our life wants. We still have this ideal of perfection, right? Which is why we've got a 2 of Cups anyway. It's here. It's an actual card, and it's actually here in the position of your aspirations. We're looking up at this perfect picture of things, but what we actually get is something different, and that's okay, because this is where we are functioning. This is our process. This is our working. And even down below, we've got a 9 of Pentacles. This is showing that there is progress, just it may be beneath the surface. We may not really be able to see the benefits of the current state of things. If it seems like it's more and more work, but less and less results, we don't see where those results actually are. We're not able to perceive the benefits of this period of time. There may be just small benefits. Maybe it's all kind of internal benefits. Maybe this is the progress that is gathering force, and that's going to be kind of released later, So that's the point of the Path of the Dove, I think. And we have this devil energy in the back. This to me seems really obvious. This is literally all the hard work. This is the kind of represents the mountain that you are climbing. This is the mountain, and this is the climb. So whatever this work is, whatever this project, business, career, a relationship, maybe it's a family thing, a personal thing, maybe you're literally like building something, whatever this is, whatever environment this is taking place in, you've got your mountain and you're climbing it, and what you want at the top of the mountain literally is this 2 of Cups. It's love and joy and beauty and harmony and affection and satisfaction, the significance at the very top when you succeed in this. But right now we're stuck here in this part of the mountain where the water doesn't taste as good, and it seems like we still have a long way to go. So we either keep climbing or we go sideways into a 9 of Swords. And I think we are prone to a 9 of Swords, right? To maybe being very hard on ourselves because we're not seeing the progress now. Because again, that progress is internal. It's underneath the surface of things. You may not think that the work you're doing or the effort that you're putting in is having any kind of effect or any kind of benefit, but you're wrong. It is. We just aren't perceiving it right now. Okay? This could apply in any realm of your life. It could be about your spiritual work. Maybe you're doing a lot of spiritual work. You're not really experiencing any kind of progress or result. It's still happening. The spiritual work is having an effect, even though right now we may not be able to perceive it. So let's avoid the 9 of Swords. Let's not start doubting ourselves or questioning ourselves too severely. This is a very severe card. This is really literally like picking ourselves apart. Literally picking ourselves apart. And we don't want to do that, because then we aren't going to get up this mountain. Okay. Now let's go to the Path of the Serpent, because we can see some more of this air energy here. And I think that you, instead of doing the 9 of Swords, I feel like we're stabilizing into this into this 6, where we are perhaps more intellectually than anything, though. We're intellectually understanding the purpose in all this. We see the divine plan. We see the bigger picture. It still kind of feels not good, but intellectually, maybe spiritually, yes, we understand this is part of the process, and this is there's a bigger picture here. Okay, so we understand that. It doesn't change what we're experiencing, though. We still have to feel what we feel, and that's why I say the 5 of Cups is a very good card. You have to allow yourself to feel this and release it. It has to come like a wave that washes and washes back out. Because if we try to deny this, then what we're doing is consolidating with that Saturn energy. We're allowing all of these negative emotions to build up for us, and before we know it, it's being unleashed on our own mind, on our own soul. So instead, we're allowing ourselves to feel what we feel, at the same time understanding there is a larger picture here. Okay. A larger picture here. And the next card is interesting to me. This is a 10, right? A 10 of Swords. Typically a card that represents ruin, destruction, plans being destroyed, things being shattered, our dreams come crashing down, and all this kind of nonsense. But I think in this context, this is really the, for lack of a better kind of metaphor, this is your mind being blown. I think that when all of this potential energy, right, that we're seeing here, especially in this 7 of Pentacles, when this effort is unleashed, when the results just kind of happen, when this blow up happens, I think it's going to really blow you away. It's going to exceed your expectations. It's going to be projected beyond your estimations, right? Because all of these swords kind of represents what the plan that we thought we understood, right? We said, okay, this is all part of the game plan. I know this is like a necessary phase of things, but I'm still headed toward the success that I'm after, spiritually, financially, career, relationship, whatever. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to shatter your expectations, right? It's going to probably give you this feeling like, I could never have predicted this. And so it's almost this feeling like, why do I even bother trying to understand the bigger picture when I keep getting surprised? Now, I think this is going to be a very good surprise. I think that whenever something succeeds beyond our expectations, it's exciting. It's also maybe a little bit, intimidating, nerve-wracking. I don't think that's going to really be an issue for you, especially with this Queen of Wands energy here. This is almost somebody who is able to take the water, the emotional energy that we've been experiencing. Because again, I think with the situation as it is right now, you're experiencing a lot of like frustrating emotions, right? A lot of negativity, uncertainty, a lot of doubt, a lot of just kind of disappointment, feeling kind of let down that we're putting in all this effort and we're not seeing the results, right? That sort of thing. I think the Queen of Wands is able to use that energy, convert it to gasoline, and use it to continue, because now it's like, okay, I'm going to do even more work. I'm going to burn even brighter to put even more potential energy into this singularity, so that this big bang, this big blow up, level up, this projection into crazy success is going to be even bigger, even better. So now I kind of feel that there's this motivation happening from the negative emotions, right? It feels now like it's just kind of it's fueling your confidence and your efforts, right? But this card also, let's not forget, this card's in the position of what we don't want. We don't want to just get so frustrated with the situation that we just kind of rage, that we just think we're gonna work twice as hard and force something to happen. So we have to be careful with this. Yes, our emotions can be motivating, but they could also be destructive too, and that might be a symptom of this 9. The frustration that leads to this kind of energy. This kind of combination is not really that productive. So this is a card we have to be careful with. And to counteract it, to balance it, we've got the Hanged Man there. Now the Hanged Man this is some really cool water that I think is showing a really nice balance between things here, especially with fire and water. We have the balance here between the water and some of this air energy. It seems like the Spirit's trying to remind us that we have to understand intellectually, we have to think, we have to be aware of our thoughts and try to direct our thoughts toward a unified purpose, right, toward our goal. We have to do the same thing with our emotions, with this water energy. And the Hanged Man, I think, is someone who is allowing themselves to feel what they feel, right? We don't want to reject our emotions. We don't want to reject our thoughts and plans. And even the 9 of Swords, we don't want to reject that. We don't want to ignore it, at least. We want to be aware of when this is happening and see how it's a symptom of the Cups and vice versa, and everything's connected. Too often we try to separate our thinking and our feeling, and I think we get burned, right? I think we get burned. Or it comes out in these unexpected ways, like rage, like just a crazy amount of effort that is more destructive than anything else. So the Hanged Man is really allowing the feelings to happen and really immersing themselves in the situation and how we feel about it, accepting it, right? Accepting that this is the day, right? Today, or this week, or whatever, is the day of kind of diminishing returns. And it has to be okay. I mean, we're going to try to strategize against it. We're going to try to see the bigger picture. We know that, eventually the work is going to progress in such a way that it's going to exceed our expectations. But in the meantime, we've got to deal with how we feel right now. So the Hanged Man is accepting of the reality of the situation. Now, the Hanged Man is also a card that really enjoys turning around, turning upside down. Now it's triumph. Now it's victory. Now this is emerging from the water saying, I understand. And it's happening now. This is kind of a card that just says, hey, you just got to wait it out. Your day is coming that you can celebrate. But for right now, there's really nothing else to do but just kind of accept what's going on, keep doing what you're doing, avoid these pitfalls, and just wait for your celebratory moment. Yeah. So I think a good message really today is just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing the work that you're doing. Try to avoid some of these pitfalls, right? And the success that you're after will happen. Yeah. But don't allow the situation to push you aside from your path. Right? Don't get so frustrated with it that you just kind of throw in the towel. Or worse, Let's look at the mystery card. Thank you, Frog, for your assistance here. Any card here indicating success. That's what I'm looking for. Anything a 10 of Cups, a 10 of Pentacles, Emperor, Empress, Wheel of Fortune, stuff like that. I think it would be really nice right now. Even better, the World. The World. You're going to have everything, right? This card contains everything else. This is the world after the Big Bang, right? The universe after this singularity that we're kind of creating now, this density, is finally gonna blow, and we get the world. It's the creation. It's literally the creation of the world, and you right now are doing that work just before the Big Bang. Yeah. So keep at it. I know it's frustrating and it's hard to see the bigger picture. But just keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing all of the necessary work now that's going to create everything. That's going to create the future. The Big Bang is happening. You ever wonder what, if the Big Bang is real, what happened before what was before it? I used to think about that a lot when I was a kid. What was before the Big Bang? Now I just see that there's just a lot of Tauruses just doing the work, packing in all the energy they can into that singularity. Where they're getting it from, I don't know. But pretty soon you'll stuff as much in there as you can. It can't hold any more, and it's going to happen. Right? This big breakthrough, this big blow up is going to happen. You're creating your world. This is a really good confirmation. Now we are going to do an extended. If you would like to stick around, just click up there. That'll give you access to all of the Taurus extendeds, but also for every other sign, so you can cross-watch. Check your other placements. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you for being here. And thank you for letting me read for you.